We are queuing. Oh, and we already have a table. Exciting. Sort of recognize some of the names. Got another elite player at least. Not that they're a great elite player, and we are already off and going. Wow. Whoops. Oh gosh, I don't need to be doing all this. I am looking. Oh god. Don't want to be in that room. Anyhow, yeah, we already have a game. We'll see how this one goes. I did not expect to have one that quickly. What am I looking for? Boom, this. Okay. I don't think I even have things fully sized right. Look, we go about here-ish nowadays. Sure. Okay, as for this actual setup, we have trading posts into temples, spades, trading post, big building, dwelling. This is an okay track. You could definitely do some spades. Mid-game trading posts are often good for quite a few factions. Big buildings iffy. Late-game dwellings is pretty fine. Delaying temple to round 2 could be a bit tough. Building a second temple round 2 is viable for some. Patch tiles, we have big building and dwelling, so there's no ship scoring. There's no temp shipping, so it's harder to move around the map. There's slightly less incentive to do it. But as we've said a lot on this stream, there's a lot of benefits to shipping on this map, so I suspect quite a few will still do it. There's a lot of coins on the pass tiles. There's quite a lot of coins from the cults. There's spades on the cults, and there's a spade pass tile. There's late workers, so the cults aren't exactly short of much. The pass tiles aren't really short on a lot either beyond shipping stuff. We're missing temp shipping, ship scoring, and trading post scoring, so not a ton of advantage to keeping lots of trading posts on the board either. We see Nomads. Nomads is a fine pick. This could be, for once in our life, an actual engineers setup. Not that we like put them in anymore, but you can potentially go engineers, build your second temple here, try to build lots of trading posts, go into a stronghold or your sanctuary, and do kind of tall strats. But I'm not in love with that. But it's kind of an option. There's always the option of blue. Even though it's not like the greatest Mermaids track I've ever seen, I'm pretty sure Mermaids would be good here, so I could just put them in. I'm not super interested in throwing in red or brown. Black. Could throw in Darklings. There's nothing wrong with Darklings, but nothing that great about it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna be the boring guy, just throwing Mermaids again. I mean, Mermaids are good. There's no ship scoring to abuse, but there's just a lot of ways for Mermaids to just expand and do well on this map in terms of network and towns. Mermaids can pretty reliably... Mermaids potentially could even do like a mini dwelling rush where you open trading posts and a bunch of dwellings and then just build a temple for water 1 and then try to spam trading post scoring in round 4. And then build a sanctuary for air 1. I don't know, maybe. Regardless, Mermaids are good. So we're gonna run them. See how it goes. Okay. We should peek at our opponents quickly. I've played some games with Kerrigan. I think they're reasonably alright. They're not great, but they're fine. Yep. I don't really recognize this player. They're apparently fine. They must have been playing a lot this season because they're in the Elite League, but they're not ranked super highly and not ranked super highly either. So hypothetically a bit of an easier table, but I mean, these are the sorts of players that can put together strong games. So we'll see. Nice Bowser. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We get a Darklings pick. As I said, Darklings looked fine here too. Darklings and Mermaids clash a little bit. They usually start here and here. Darklings, I often still just start here as Darklings so that I can expand up through this stuff, and that slows down Mermaids' preferred expansion. So, this is one of the few color wheels where gray, well, there goes that theory, but gray actually does pretty well on this map. I'm a little bit sad I didn't pick gray. If I could have got an actual black, blue, yellow, gray, I would have really liked to play gray for once, but we get red. We've played this matchup before. It tends to result in a leech triangle here. Nomads are kind of just on the periphery and being left out unless they spade into it right away, which is what they might feel compelled to do. Chaos could get left out of Earth 1. I'm not sure there's an Earth 1 rush this game, though, but maybe. Chaos probably just goes for Sanctuary, which means Darklings is going to get Spade. Mermaids might get Worker Power then. It's hard to say any of this with any certainty, right? Because players do things differently than what I would do. There's a world where we could maybe start here. We see where Darklings place. If Darklings place here and here, we maybe can place here, and then we get double dig and take this and this, and we open with 5 dwellings and a trading post. And then we build that temple for Water 1. The only downside is this string of hexes doesn't look like it's going to have neighbors for trading posts anytime too soon. Unless Darkblade starts over here, which I guess if we start here and Darkblade start here, that'd actually be pretty slick, and then we still start here. Yeah, that'd be cool. So Mermaids are good. Are they better than Darklings? Darklings is going to get to start here and probably get to take these hexes. We've seen enough Darklings games go pretty well when you get to start center and go through these hexes. So I think I'm on Team Darklings here, even with Mermaids. I think Darklings still, we could just run what I usually do. You start here and you start here. You get lots of leech because these guys are all doing stuff. You double dig out through here. You can send a priest to water. You can maybe send a priest to earth. You get great cult rewards. You have inherent victory points. I don't really want Darklings. I just think they're good here. I kind of just want to bid them down a little and then go on to other things. Chaos Magicians are okay-ish here, but I don't think they're great. The track is okay-ish, but not great. There's no ship scoring past tiles, so I think that's a downer. I think Chaos might get Earth 1 blocked, which I think is a sad thing. So there's nothing here that's thrilling me on that front. Yeah, I really think Mermaids might still just be the best. It really depends a lot on where Darklings start exactly how good they are, but I think there's a lot of reasons to think Mermaids are quite strong here. Mermaids also always have a backup of just getting a priest power action in round 1, or just starting with the priest and sending the priest to the water track. Which actually looks really strong too. Mermaids also get to upgrade first, so they're gonna get more leech. Yeah, the more I think about it, I think Mermaids are best here, so I'm gonna bid on Mermaids a bit. The real question, honestly though, isn't what's best here, it's what's worst, and how much do we want to pay to avoid it. Nomads, I think, has to be the worst here. We've had too many games with Nomads where we just get left out of leech. Nomads are just on the periphery on this map, and I think a lot of the action looks to be away from them. There should be action up in this stuff, so I mean, if Nomads comes up in here or up in this stuff, they're kind of involved at least. Nomads potentially can still get the Sanctuary Town in here, but they just don't have a great neighbor. But hey, somebody already went Nomads, so that's a huge help. I think this is for sure wrong, but I look forward to seeing how they make it work. Wow, and now there's actual bidding on Nomads. Okay, well, this is a game. Is there a way Darklings starts south if Nomads starts there and CM follows and Mermaids get denied a lot of leech? Oh, yeah, actually, we've experienced that before. Now that you say that, that is a possibility. I have seen... Well, usually Mermaids start here, then you wind up seeing Chaos come in here and Darklings in here and Nomads. But you're right, there potentially is not a leech party right in the center off the bat. Chaos doesn't have to start here as much as I think they probably should. Darkleads doesn't have to start here as much as I think they should. So things could get weird, but it's Mermaids on this map. I don't think it could be that bad. So I'll put another couple points on them. The question is, how bad could it get for Chaos? If Chaos gets Earth 1 blocked, still not that bad. You just get to open Sanctuary. You get a decent amount of leech. I certainly don't hate Chaos here, but right now I think Mermaids are just the clearest deal, and I don't even have to think much about it yet, so we'll see. On the center stretch I meant, but yeah, center south. Sort of like here. I don't quite know where it would be. We're actually getting bid a bit. This player's jumping all over in terms of valuations. They were the one that jumped on Nomads, but now they're on the team Mermaids, so we'll make him. We'll see what he keeps doing, but G7 area. I could turn the hex codes on, I guess, so we could actually talk about things easier. G7. Oh, over here is what you mean. Darklead starts here, Chaos, Nomads type thing. I mean, I would think not, but maybe. I will admit I don't always think well enough about what players who aren't me might do. I think Darklead starting here looks dumb because you might get like these two hexes and maybe you expand over here, but how are you connecting? Like, you're not going to get this hex, and if Chaos actually comes in here, you're screwed. I mean, Team Mermaids can still start here and not be that sad, and then we just get all these hexes. I'm still Team Mermaids. I don't care. I am starting to debate if it's Team Chaos time, though. I don't know how bad it is for Chaos, and now we're getting a decent number of points for playing Chaos. But we'll see. Currently, I think I'm okay giving 8 points away to Chaos Magicians to get Mermaids here. I mean, it depends. It does depend a bit. Danny B is not entirely wrong to be like considering how it could go wrong, but I just don't see how it goes super wrong. I think like the absolute worst case scenario is somehow we get like Team Nomads doing I don't even know what. I mean, I will admit one of the problems for Mermaids is I really do want to leverage this. Whoops, well, we are Mermaids, but I want to leverage this stretch of hexes. But this stretch of hexes is unlikely to have neighbors because the Nomads are going to build up here eventually, probably, but it's not. As we've seen before, a lot of players do not even advance ship to reach this hex, and then they don't leverage these hexes, so it could be a long time before we get Nomad neighbors up here, and I would really like those neighbors in round 4. So it's a little iffy. Wow, Nomads are going to start there. We're definitely starting here under all circumstances, so we're going to run that, and we'll see what happens from here. Darklead's going here I think would be a mistake, but we'll see what they do. But they do join. Wow, okay. Again, what do I know? The upshot is we can start here now, and if Chaos does come here, cool. We still will get some leech. This hex is ours now for sure. So now we get this lovely little expansion area. We get this expansion area. This hex should be ours unless Nomad starts here and goes for stronghold type stuff. But it does look potentially like a better leech pile for Chaos than I was hoping, although this would still be the best. But yeah, we just start here then. Is fine. Still puzzled about Nomads on this map. I'm still puzzled too about exactly how Nomads should work. I don't totally really know what they should be doing. So I mean, I guess I don't think it's this wild for Nomads. I think Darklead's joining Nomads is the thing I question a lot. Darklead's expansion to me looks mega awkward, as does their connection. Like, they maybe get to expand through these hexes and these hexes, but then what? You're gonna ship over to this shit? Like, you're gonna get beat to this hex. I guess Darkleads, you might come through here, but Chaos could try to beat you to this hex. And then Mermaids probably win the race to this hex. Nomads starting here is very awkward. Are Nomads not even going to start here? If Nomads don't start here, then Chaos gets to start center if they want, which is also, like, just whoa, but we'll see. I still don't know what pass tower we're going to get either. There's definitely a chance that Chaos is just going to go Stronghold Rush, and Darkleads just wants to take Priest, and so that we just get the Spade, which I'm also cool with, but we'll see. Nomads does still start here. It makes a lot of sense. We're hoping Chaos goes here, but this is looking kind of inviting, and they do go here. All right. This means I think it's pretty likely that the Leech Party is going to happen here, which is a bummer. Chaos is going for Sanctuary strats, and they're going to get a ton of Leech. It's definitely good for them. Darkleads takes Worker Power. Wowzers. That's also all sorts of wrong, but... So... We're upgrading before Chaos, and we're going to upgrade here now. We're still going to get quite a bit of Leech because Chaos are going to upgrade 3 times and eventually build this Hex. So that's a good amount of Leech coming in. We're going to get Double Dig if we want it. Maybe we do delay. Maybe we do still delay. We might get offered Double Dig plus Spade, and so we can just dig like 1,000,000 hexes in round 1, and then just delay our temple till round 2 and take water 1. I think just passing the Spade is like always wrong, so whatever. We can't be too sad about this. I'm guessing Nomads upgrades. Yeah, Nomads doesn't even have a neighbor, so that makes sense. Yeah, the Leech Party is going to be pretty good for some of these players, but it's going to be okay for us. We get a trading post down, and then we expect to get Double Dig. I mean, to be fair, Darkleads could Double Dig. I would not expect it, but it could happen, right? We actually don't have the clearest path towards Double Dig, too, I just realized. We're going to get 2 Leech right now, and then we have to hope Chaos upgrades again before... I guess they're going to rush Earth 1, right? Most players will rush Earth 1 if we give them the option to. And I don't care about Earth 1 here. I mean, I probably should, to be fair. I probably should just rush Earth 1, but I'm not that type of player. Like, screw that. It's no fun. Let's go big econ. That's just what we do. Think you'll be okay. Don't know Slave. I just came out of game with St. Louis and Kerrigan. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'm playing players that aren't particularly strong, so I probably will just win. But, I mean, you got to be on your toes. These types of players can always put together a strong game. It's more likely that they're going to do something wrong and make some questionable moves, but it's definitely not outside of their ability to play a strong game, so... So we got to be wary, but why is Worker Power wrong for Darklings? Because they don't need Power Spades and Priestic also is better. So Worker Power, I guess, isn't that wrong, but it's not what I would have taken. The main reason to take Worker Power, I think, is if they're trying to make a Sanctuary start happen, which maybe that is what they're going to try, but I'll talk more about it in a sec. I have a slightly tough choice here. Assuming that Darklings and Chaos rush Earth 1, I will get Double Dig on the wheel, or will Nomads? Ooh, Nomads is going to get Double Dig on the wheel. Oh, God, guys. Okay. See, this is a problem. This is where maybe we should have taken the Priest. Yeah, I don't want Nomads to have Double Dig, but they're going to get it, and there's nothing I can do about it. Yeah, that's awkward. Okay, so we need to revise our plan. Given that Nomads are getting Double Dig, our compensation for skipping on taking Earth 1 is limited. So the better plan is probably take Earth 1, expect to get a Priest power action on the wheel, send a Priest to water. If we don't get Priest power action on the wheel, it means Chaos might take the Priest. Chaos are in a position where if it goes Earth 1, as I'm guessing, they have the first power action. They don't need Double Dig, although they could take Double Dig for all I know. But this is why we have the Spade, I guess. I mean, the Spade is magic, right? We get 2 dwellings out regardless. And yeah, we just take Earth 1 then. We're not. If I could get double dig and do some crazy delay the temple to the next round strat like I want to, I would do that. But this is okay. We just take Earth 1. We hope to get a priest power action on the wheel. My preferred opening here though was to get a trading post and then get double dig and just dig a lot of hexes and have a lot of blues to build on and delay and just go. I wanted to go temple for water 1 and then spam trading posts in round 4 and then sanctuary for air 1 and just never take earth 1 this game, but we're playing an earth 1 game. Oh well. Anyhow, looping all the way back. Darklings. Priest occults early on look really good for Darklings here. Exactly. So I would have liked to take the Priest tiles Darklings and just sent 1 to water, sent 1 to earth. I would be tempted by Darklings just to take the spade anyhow and deny it to the table. I think that's an undervalued option. I think worker power is basically saying I'm going to open for a temple and build a dwelling, which is okay, but it's underwhelming. Most of the time as Darklings, I feel like you have to take a worker's power action anyhow to really get your economy going, and so then this extra worker is kind of unnecessary. The extra power is hard to leverage in really good ways compared to just taking a priest, in my opinion, but worker power is not that wrong. It's just I don't think what I would have done here, but I suspect the Darklings are hoping to get a sanctuary opening. I think Darklings are hoping to wheel the workers action and the coins, and then you convert either the priest to a worker or you somehow have 3 extra power to convert to a worker and you go sanctuary, which is it's a fine opening. I'm not sure it's what I would have gone for, but Chaos does just go for a temple over taking a power action, so that's great news for us. We're either getting a priest or we're going to get double dig. I'm very happy with either, so we'll see. If you get the 2 worker bonus tile the next turn, you might not need. Yeah, so King of Gods, that part's true. I mean, you potentially can take worker power into the 2 worker tile and be okay. So I mean, we'll see. Nomads does take the double dig very expectedly. It's totally fine. It's good. We at least have some more neighbors. Well, I guess we already had a neighbor there, but this is where we take a priest, and we send it to water. Darklings very well might beat us to this priest to water, but we still get a spade and 2 coins. So spending 3 power for something that gives me a spade and 2 coins is obviously an incredible deal. Normally spades here cost 3 power and don't come with coins. So this priest to water in round 1 is very good, even if it's just a 2-step. The priest of earth is also very valuable this game, but I definitely want to just leverage having more spades coming in. So Darklings does take the workers, so they are going for a sanctuary opening, as I kind of predicted. That means they want the coins on the wheel. I really hope Chaos takes the coins here. Letting the Darklings get the coins on the wheel means that their sanctuary start is pretty strong. Whereas if you take the coins from them and you force them to just convert 3 power to 3 coins, it's significantly less strong. So we'll see. Chaos needs to at least convert 1 power to a coin, so yeah, they should take the coins, and they do. Okay, so this is a pretty fair opening thus far. Chaos got Earth 1 blocked, and they went for Earth 2, Fire 1. That makes sense. They're going to take Air 2, and I'm curious if they're going to take Water 2 or if they just take Water 1. We'll have to pay attention to that, but we'll see. Darklead should have taken coins first, right? Who was taking workers? Great. I do agree with that, actually. I think I would have been very greedy as Darkleads and taken the coins. I don't think anybody would have blocked them on workers, and even if you do, who really cares? Some players are way too sanctuary or bust in my mind, and I've made this argument on this stream before, but I'm gonna do it again now just because it's kind of a pet peeve of mine. But well, okay, I'll do it after I take a turn. How about I'm gonna send the first priest to water because that's just better than waiting. Anyhow, Darklead Sanctuary is a great building, and getting it in round 1 is still a good opening, even if you have to do some awkward things for it. But it's only a great, incredible opening when you have extra resources heading into the next round, and if you get some priest to cults and some other stuff. Here, it looks like Darklings is largely going to convert 3 power to 3 coins. They're going to convert... I mean, they should send Priest to Earth and then convert 3 power into a worker. But that means they're basically going to enter next round with, like, no coins. They're going to have, like, no workers. They're going to have no power, really. Like, they're basically entering next round with just 2 Priest production and a off of their Sanctuary. And that's good, but it's not incredible. Sanctuary openings are incredible. Wow, and they're not even Sanctuary opening now. They are digging. And they double dug? How did they double dug? They took the single spade? Okay, well, I know nothing. I know nothing. That makes no sense to me. They did have a route to a Sanctuary open, and that actually made sense. Like, sending the Priest to Earth and opening Sanctuary would have been pretty good still. That dig, not very good at all. Using your power for single spade as Darklings is mega ugly. I don't like that decision at all, but oh well. First round dig for Earth coins is pretty good for supporting a round 1 Sanctuary. Yes, I do agree with that strongly too, Danny. The first round Sanctuary for Darklings becomes really quite good if Earth Cult is in round 1, because then you send your Priest to Earth, you get all the power, you get all these coins, you take Earth 2 as your favor, and now you have Worker Pro. Oh, it's just, God, it's so good. But that's not what we're seeing here at all. What we're seeing is craziness, but that's okay. Our opening is still quite good. I think I dig this hex is the play. I could dig this hex. It's either this hex or this hex, because either of them get me 2 hexes to build on. So the question is kind of, where do I want to expand to faster? I don't really think there's any pressure on either of these hexes, but I think I want to try to race up into these hexes just in case Nomads starts getting up in here. And I'll still eventually get to this stuff. I do need to worry about this hex a little bit long term. This hex is my connection hex. Nomads decided to build another trading post too, which is always wrong. You should just build more dwellings. But the trading post event into a second temple, I'm guessing, is tricking them. So I'm assuming there's another temple coming next round. But yeah, I'm gonna go this way. I don't think it really matters, so. One upshot of Darklings going here already is it's pretty likely they're going to take this hex pretty quickly, in which case we're going to get more leech. So even though I thought the leech was going to be here, we're still enough in the center that we're just lapping up leech kind of from everywhere. So it looks like next round we're not going to be able to, we might be able to pass onto this tile, which would be pretty sweet, because this tile is going to be quite a few points for us, because I'm planning to have a lot of dwellings out. I'm not going to build a second temple. A second temple is kind of it's not economy crippling, but it's awkward. It's not great for us, so it's not going to be my focus. We have a really nice amount of power into next round. We could still take double dig. We can take coins. We have a lot of flexibility. We have a spade locked up that's coming in right now. I think that spade is actually just going here. It could go here just to guarantee this connection path. Because the awkwardness is if Nomads does like surprise us with a stronghold and cuts us off, our network aspirations are a bit rough because we're going to be blocked here too, but we'll see. Anyhow, you think Darklings are thinking of the second temple now. This will be double templing Darklings. Yeah. I agree that I think we're seeing Darklings go for another temple, but yeah. We're left with the coins and dwelling scoring. I'm going to build at least 2 more dwellings next round, and it's possible that I just build 1, 2, 3, 4 more. And so that's either a 5 to 7 point tile that comes with 3 coins. That sounds like the best possible thing for us. So let's go for it. My spade is going to go here, I said. I mean, this hex is still kind of tempting too, but this one is just better, I think, to get up over here. My priority here is Priest to Earth if I somehow get it, but yeah, predictably somebody else takes it, which makes sense. Priest to Earth was probably the best action on the board. Chaos doesn't have a huge reason to double dig. If I get double dig, I probably take it. I'm not sure. I'll have to think about that. Darkling's winding up sending no priests to the cults in a game where the priests pay out so much is, I think, a mistake. There's so much cult economy to be had here. I am curious where Darklings are going to build their second temple. If they build it here, this is just like throwing away Leech. Whereas if they build it here, we get some free power and eventually it'll feed them back. So hopefully it's here, but it might just go here. But we'll see. This is quite good for us still. You think double temple cultists are pretty decent? Yeah, double temple cultists are pretty good. Honestly, any faction that like double temple is a pretty good thing. It's just the problem is most factions can't make use of double priest income, and so it's not that good for them. I think I am just gonna double dig. I get to secure this hex and this hex, and then like all my hexes are secured forever. I mean, again, it's not the digging round. The digging round's next round, so I could try to take coins and then save for double dig next round, but there's quite a few coins on the pass tiles, and there's a bunch of coins coming for us on the cults, because I'm still just going to send our priest to Earth, probably. So there's, like, tons of coins in this game. So just building up lots of dwelling production and leveraging this dwelling scoring while locking up our connection, everything about that just sounds fantastic for us. So I think I'm going to go with that line. We'll even be able to do a hard dig next round if we want to. So yeah, we're in a very strong economic spot, and we have Earth 1. I don't think we're gonna get Water 1 this game. I think this is a game that looks like I'm gonna try to just build most of my trading posts this round, and then just build a sanctuary for Air 1 and skip the whole Water 1, and that's totally fine. Building Water 1 and then try to build all the trading posts is you get 12 points out of Water 1, but you might not build as many trading posts quite as early, and then you don't have quite as much coin economy. Whereas if I just build Air 1 in this round, it's probably an 8-point Air 1, so I still get 8 points compared to 12, but I leverage all that coin economy, and I probably build more trading posts in a trading post round, and you can begin to see how that just is quite good. We're so close to just getting a coins power action, which is probably the only thing that we dream of anymore. Although priest power actions are still really good here. Nobody else is sending more priests to the cults, so we could actually play pretty culty this game, because I could send a priest. I could choose to send priests to any of these cults. There's multiple 3 spots open, and if a priest is just 2 coins here anyhow, or it's like 4 coins, right? So this is only net 3 coins. This is net cult steps and coins. Yeah, I'm taking another priest. Why not? What else do I need? I may as well start making cult presence as well this game, as long as we're getting this much early leech and getting these good of power actions. This is also a guarantee, whereas if I try to get greedy to get coins, there maybe is a world where I don't get them, and that would be sad. So anyhow, did somebody say double temple cultist? Blah, blah, blah. That does make NerdCube seem like a genie there. I'm more and more convinced that round 4 trading post equals skip Water 1. I very much agree. I think in general, when you see round 4 trading posts into a sanctuary, it's just more efficient to try to skip Water 1 and hit this round hard, leverage that great coin and power income for the last 2 rounds, and get Air 1. It's just so good. It's definitely what I'm after. Darklings does decide to upgrade here. Nomads had upgrade centers, so we're just raking in the leech this game. We paid, honestly, I'm pretty sure, like, it's a bit early, but this feels very winning to me. This game position is just stupidly good for us. It's hard for me to see how we don't win this. We've set up a great economy. We have 1 million dwellings out. We've already secured all of our hexes. Not that our opponents are doing terrible things, but like double temple nomads for Earth 1, Water 1, Earth 1, Water 1. So I mean, we're gonna get Water 1 blocked this game anyhow. I would suspect. I suspect Chaos is gonna rush Water 1, but we already said we literally don't even care about that thing. So our opponents are not setting up their economies very well. We're gonna have way more dwellings out, and we're gonna have way more cult economy than they do. And I don't know. We'll see, but this feels very good for us. So You do like Mike last night, and you build a water one temple round 3. That's how you let this one go. Yeah, hey, I mean, I feel a bit bad for my friend Mike. He definitely made some blunders last night, but I mean, that happens. But yeah, that was an ugly game from him. But that is, I mean, that is how you mess this type of stuff up. But as I literally said, I don't plan to do that. I'm saving my power now for a coins power action, which I might get soon. There's tons of coins on the past tile still too, but I mean, I get to pass for 7 points this round too, and I have max worker production. Like, ending round 2 in a position where you've already sent 3 priests to the cults, and you have 7 dwellings on the board. Plus, I'm actually gonna have a free hex, aren't I? I have 1, 2. Yeah, I'm not even gonna build this last guy. I'm just gonna have a free hex chilling. Gosh, that feels good. We have 2 trading post spots currently already. We hope nomads will come up into here so that we have more trading posts. The only awkward thing for our game right now is essentially we might not have enough neighbors for these trading posts. We also might not get I might not get a 3-town game here. There's definitely some sort of town potential up in these hexes, and there's clearly a town potential in these hexes. But there's not as much town potential up in here or even like through here currently. There might be, but it's not obvious yet. Chaos are building up nicely here at least. We're just going to get out our dwellings. We're going to send our priests to the cults, do all these things. We have a long round here again ahead of us, but that's okay. For passing, I'd be pretty happy with just 6 coins or 4 coins. I mean, the spade would be incredible, but there's no way we should get the spade into next round, so. Tournament pressure is real, though. Yeah, I mean, tournament pressure can be real for some, so. Increasing ship is chaos with these cult rewards seems crazy if you're going to bridge this round anyway. Yeah, I mean, I do agree. If you're taking a bridge, Chaos upgrading ship was obviously wrong. Like, Chaos Magician setting the first priest to fire or air would have been so much better for them. At this point, I'm pretty sure I am going to send a priest to air and probably a priest to earth still. I could take both 3 spots here, but I actually think I'm supposed to build this dwelling just so that if nomads come through here, I get even more leech. I'm not sure when I actually need to build that dwelling. But anyhow, I do agree that Chaos Magicians want to start shipping because they want to reach some hexes, but when the cult rewards are this good, like, these are great cult rewards and a great track, and just getting coins for your priests, yeah. It's pretty wild. Nomads takes big building. That's pretty wild too. The spade is just chilling there. I have no idea how Nomads thinks big building is best here, but the spade goes to Chaos. Good for them. We're going to just pass for 6 coins. Can't be sad about that. I think I'm going to send a priest to air and hope to get... Actually, maybe I might pass for this guy then and just put 1 more step on air and lock up another cult spade for later. And I think I'm still just going to send a priest to earth. I think I just want the coins. The priest to fire is fun long-term, maybe, for some points, and it's a 3-step. But I think just really locking up coin economy is good here. I'm planning to take air 1 eventually, too. So, like, I have some plans to eventually go up the air track a bit more. But yeah, I think this is best. And I do think I'm willing to take a cult step for 2 coins here because I can just take a cult step on air now next round to lock in this spade without having to send another priest to the air track. So I think that's what I do here. I don't super need coins into the next round here either, so there's a chance... I actually should probably try to have a really fast round here, shouldn't I? I don't have anything really worth doing besides take this cult step and then maybe just pass back onto this tile. Yeah, actually, there's a pretty good chance I should just pass back onto this tile. Even though I plan to build quite a few trading posts in the round after this, I can still build some dwellings. I can always advance ship another time too to reach here. The coins go right away to Darklings. That makes sense. They do need coins. Darkling's expansion is still pretty iffy here too. Like, they have a couple hexes to build on, but I think Darkling's game plan has just been wrong. Not leveraging the cult economy is, I think, wrong for... Honestly, I think it's wrong for a lot of these factions. If I get Priest of Fire now, I will take it, I think. Even though that maybe is a little weird. Maybe that is weird, right? Why would I? Yeah, I might take the Priest of Fire if it comes to me still. It looks like Nomads are gonna... Oops. I think Nomads are gonna go for a stronghold. But fortunately... Oh, no, they're shipping. So they're gonna come up here. That's cool. We're never gonna beat them to this hex anyhow, but we want them through these hexes. So hopefully Nomads comes here and digs this hex. Which is, I think, what their plan is. Chaos wisely double digs this. That makes a lot of sense. But we also don't care one damn thing about that. Yeah, I'm just going to send Priest of Fire then. I don't see a great reason not to. At this point, if I can take some cult towns, I could have a really good cult game on top of probably having a good network game and yeah, I don't know. It's just a good game all around. So I don't need this priest for anything. I mean, I will have a priest on every track, which that can make it a little hard to win any individual track because we only have 3 priests left all game now. But we have dribs and drabs of cult rewards all over the place now, so I don't know. Having a spade after you smash the map with trading post field's good. I do agree there. Def a sequencing issue for chaos. Yeah, completely agree with that. Man, this is dreamy. Yeah, this game is very dreamy. We're just getting handed kind of everything we need. Ooh, Darkling's double or triple digs this in order to lock up town space because they want a sanctuary town here, but that just cut off chaos. But again, that doesn't bother us. So that does mean Darklings are probably done with this round though. Whereas I was talking about passing onto this tile, I probably don't get to. Also, Nomads advanced ship, but now are building a trading post. They took the big building tile, which suggests to me they want to go stronghold, but I don't know what the ship advance is about. I'm guessing this... I was about to say I think this is Chaos Magicians rushing Water 1, but they don't have the resources. Our opponents don't have good economies. They can't do much. They might pass before us now that I did that. I might not get back onto this trading post tile, but oh well, that's not actually that big of a deal. I'm still going to take this air step. Just lock up that cult spade. I do think we're going to have issues next round in terms of getting all of our trading posts out, because the more I look at it, I don't think Nomads are making it up here. I don't think it makes any sense to me. This trading post looks pretty bad. I think going for a stronghold is pretty bad. You advance ship, you could build 1-2 dwellings, you could dig, get out 3-4 dwellings. If you can get out 4 dwellings off of, you already paid for the ship advance and now you just need a spade, why build a stronghold? So hopefully it's not, but I kind of think it is. We'll see. But stronghold looks very wrong to me for a faction that currently has so many free hexes to build. Why invest in this huge building to get hexes when it doesn't get you? Like, you already have hexes. We'll see. I would really like them to just be up here. I think it's just good for them to be up here too. They would have neighbors for their trading posts next round. They have Water 1. They want to expand their economy, but honestly, I feel like most of my issues in a lot of games lately is my opponents just refuse to be my neighbors on this map all the time. Players do not expand anywhere near as fast as I think they're going to in order to become my neighbor. And it makes me actually it makes me very sad. Very sad is the answer, but the worst case scenario though is that we just have to stand this round a little bit longer and we hard dig. It is a stronghold though, everybody. Look at that. Nomads basically throwing away their game and refusing to come to the north even though they paid for his shipping this round, because why? I don't know. Our opponents apparently like to pay for their shipping advances before doing anything else reasonable. The upshot is we do still get to pass first for this tile like we wanted, and we can open next round with a coins power action, so everything is still dreamy. except for the fact I'm going to probably be building expensive trading posts next round. But, oh well. I've done worse things. We do have 3 cult coins coming in, plus this brings us up to 16 coins. The coin's power action brings us up to 23. You know that whole thing where I said I wasn't going to take water 1? Given that I have 16 workers and 23 coins, I might build a trading post and then still go temple for water 1, and then just build more trading posts. Probably not, but it's not inconceivable. You wonder if Nomads ever Sanctuary and take 2 Key Town here. Oh, before they went Stronghold? Yeah, actually that was an interesting option for them too, wasn't it? Oh well. Ultimately they just threw away their game. Oh, they're not saying they might go to Key Town still. Yeah, they might 2 Key Town still. Them going to Keytown would be a bit sad, but it's not actually that bad for us given that we have so much tempo on the tracks. Chaos getting the 2 Keytown is actually what's way more annoying for us, and they do take 2 Key. I think that's reasonable for Nomads, but I actually think that's a kind of an okay break for us. I mean, Chaos are going to get messy too, so like all these cults are going to be fairly messy, and I'm not sure we're going to close out many, but we should get quite a few fairly easy second places still. This strongholded dwelling into 2 Key Town is not a great game for them though by any means, but oh well. You think Nomad's reasoning for stronghold is that their town right now needs expensive digs, but eh? Yeah, I mean, so like look, I don't think that stronghold's a terrible plan to get out at some point, but like they literally they advanced ship and they have 2 free hexes that they're not using, and they instead go stronghold into this town. Like, it's obviously not good, but oh well. Hey buddy, did you push your ball out of reach? Oh my god. Oh my god. How about we go over there with that? There you go. Ugh. The ship with the stronghold makes little sense. Yeah, exactly. The ship with the stronghold doesn't make any sense. If Nomads just had chosen to save their priest and not advance ship, I don't even necessarily hate their line, especially since they could have sent another priest to Earth here and completely locked up Earth Cult and got 10 cult coins. That, like, I don't think it's right, but at least that I would be like, okay, you know, that was kind of sensible. But advancing ship that round, just a very confusing decision, but oh well. I mean, Nomads at this point are producing 4 workers. I mean, they're producing 2 priests, so admittedly they are still going to be able to make a lot of cult noise because, again, we spread our cult efforts out very wide, and that's going to cause us issues in terms of winning any cults, but we're going to have such easy 2nd and 3rd places that I'm not even too upset about any of our choices here, so I'm definitely taking coins to open next round. I don't really need any hexes that badly. I mean, for eventual network aspirations, I continue to need more, but coins are just always the right play, as I've made clear way too often, so. I would love it if Nomads decide to come up here this round. Given that they have advanced shipping, this makes a lot of sense to me, but who knows? We have 2 trading posts that we can make. We would like to make 2 others up here. I also did forget actually one option for us. What Nomads now. Ugh, okay, it's a bit painful to watch these games sometimes, folks. So Nomads now close out Earth, which makes enough sense because Chaos are threatening it, but I mean, Nomads just lost 2 coins because they advanced ship last round for no reason, so oh well. Chaos are almost certainly taking water 1 here, so we are losing water 1, but as we said, I didn't really care about that, all that much. The only reason I started caring about it is because our economy is so bonkers. But Chaos also take Fire 2 rather than Air 1. I think that's just like always a mistake. Well, Chaos don't need to rush this town out. I mean, what does it get them? It's not a town round. It's just more points to take Air 1. So, more decisions from our opponents I don't really like, but it's okay. I don't have to like it. I can let them be. I did forget one option for us could be to try to double dig this hex, and we could try to sanctuary town through here, maybe, or well, no, we would dig another hex, but we could have a town here, and a sanctuary town in here. But I don't really think that's the game plan. I think I am probably just gonna settle for 2 towns this game, to be honest. I would eventually like this hex, but I'm expecting Darklings beat me to this hex. These 2 hexes I would kind of like still, just because I'm gonna need more hexes eventually. But I think I upgrade here. There's a chance Darklings upgrades next to us. Nomads probably shouldn't be upgrading these places. They should try to put trading posts somewhere else. So I think this is the right play here. To me, it looks so good for Nomads to come up here this round. I'd be pretty surprised if they don't. But I could be wrong. Nomads are probably going to just blitz through here and build their trading post down here and start working on this town and ignoring this stuff. Which means I might just be building 2 expensive trading posts this round, which, not what I really want to be doing, but it's not that big of a deal. We have so many coins, I can afford to go for expensive trading posts. It's gonna bum me out just a little, but oh well. Darklings are gonna get a town this round. Not totally sure what it's gonna be. Might just be a worker town, so they could build another trading post here. But Darklings do have a lot of points on us, but our cults plus network looks pretty good to me still. And our economy is still better by a pretty decent margin. So we'll see. I can afford 4 trading posts and a few more dwellings. Things are looking so nice. Yeah, I mean, I agree, exactly. Like, I'm going to end this round with all my trading posts out and still, like, 5-ish dwellings down. I have a free hex. To be honest, I'm actually debating if I go down here. I could throw trading posts down here this round with a hard dig and build 2 dwellings and have neighboring trading posts. But the problem is throwing the trading post over here means I probably don't make a town unless I double dig this and beat Chaos, which doesn't sound likely at all. Nomads takes double dig and they put it over here. Can anybody explain to me why every game, though, like, we do quite well, but our opponents just refuse to build next to us? Why is it every freaking game on stream lately it feels that way? Like, I get that we're a strong player, but you need neighbors in this game. Everybody needs neighbors. Nomads has free hexes in the north. You advance ship. Let's dig some whatever. It's not a cohesive game plan. Again, if they're making bad moves, we should let them be, but don't know why we can't have neighbors. Just nice, friendly neighbors one day. Someday I'll have it again. I need to play higher ranked players, I guess, but that's okay. I could go on G4 maybe. G4, is that this hex? I could advance ship. I could advance ship and go over here, huh? It's not a crazy thought. Yeah, I mean, there's always, like, build a bridge and have this town, although my sanctuary is probably just going here. Well, or I guess the sanctuary doesn't have to go here, right? I could sanctuary, or I could temple air 1 and sanctuary fire 2 if I'm trying to do 3 towns. And then this is the sanctuary town. This is some town. And then this is with a bridge and a dig here is a stronghold town. I don't hate that plan, actually. I saw that move coming from Nomads, honestly, not because it's a good move, but based on his play so far. Yeah. Sound like an angry Mr. Rogers talking about neighbors. I mean, I guess there's worse things than being an angry Mr. Rogers. I don't even feel like that angry, to be honest. It's more just like continued like I don't know. I think I need to play even more arena games and get in tune with Danny B so I can predict what my opponents are doing. To me, I see there are free hexes up here. There are neighbors up here. I like both of those things. And then I'm like, I've advanced ship. That means I want to get places. I want to use that shipping. But no, they haven't used the shipping at all. Darklings have no shipping yet, so I actually am pretty warming up to the idea that I just advance ship and I build this dwelling. I can make this a trading post. This can eventually be a town. I build another trading post here. I probably still throw a trading post up into here expensively this round. Do I have enough coins for all of that? I want to build this dwelling as 2 coins, 4 coins. Trading post is 7 coins, 10 coins, 16 coins, and the advanced ship is 20 coins. I have exactly 20 coins. And then I still have a shit ton of leftover workers. Let's not even talk about that. But yeah, that seems good. I eventually have to pay for the ship advances anyhow. I'm kind of running out of priest spaces. I have a dig at the end of this round too. Isn't that lovely? That dig can just go here. Set up our town locations. Go for the 3 town plan. Go. I could probably get the temple for air 1, sanctuary fire 2. Maybe even build the stronghold next round. Save some dwellings for the final round. That game plan sounds good. I like it. Gotta shift your perspective. Nomads thought about blocking chaos with that dig on brown rather than advancing their own strategy. Yeah, that's fair. I'm not that far from 4 towns. I mean, you are correct, but let's not put 4 town ideas in my head. I'll do silly things. I'm not that far from 4 towns, everybody. 4 towns involves this hex, this hex, this hex, this hex being a town, so it's 1 dig and a bridge. It involves a sanctuary town here as a dig. It involves double digging and building this stuff, and it involves digging like this hex or this hex, because there's a town here, town here, town here, and town here. It involves building our stronghold, our sanctuary, backfilling the temple, building all those trading posts, all those dwellings, hitting exactly 15 network. It's technically conceivable still, but it's probably wrong. But I guess we'll keep it as an option in the back of our mind still, but it's not something I'm seriously currently considering, but we'll think about it. All those spades is a bit of a problem, but our economy is going pretty high, and 4 towns is obviously fun, so maybe. Who cares about doing the right thing when I can do a 4 town thing? I mean, you are speaking my type of thoughts. Like, 4 towns is just fun. We have a good economy. Why not go for the fun nonsense, right? But one of the downsides of trying to achieve all that is, well, actually there's not a lot of downside, but one of the difficulties in achieving all of that is well, we really just need nomads to come here, and presumably they'll eventually come here. We have to beat nomads to this hex is actually probably the toughest thing about that life. I don't know. It's not awful though, because we were already talking about building enough favor tiles to make it happen. The stronghold pays for the 3rd shipping upgrade, so I don't even need to pay any more shipping this game. The bigger issue is it involves both sanctuary and stronghold, and I would like to just build both of those next round. But that's a lot of stuff to build next round. Although I am going to get a town completed. And actually, if I hard dig this round and just take this hex and put a trading post here, I can skip the expensive trading post I was talking about. Oh boy, oh boy. Guys, I might stupidly go for 4 towns. I also do need to worry about this hex. Darklings still have an advanced ship though, but this is pretty critical now too. But we also eventually have to get a bridge action in there, but how are the bridges looking, by the way? Nobody really wants them, right? I mean, Darklings doesn't need them. Nomads doesn't need them. Chaos already has their bridge. I don't know. We're starting to have dangerous thoughts, team. We could hard dig and build this dwelling. Build a trading post. Build a trading post. Leave ourselves open to the possibility of 4 towns. We'd almost certainly have to take a coin town or 2 to afford it, but if I have to take a coin town in order to get to the 4 town life, it's probably worth it, right? I am gonna hard dig and build this hex, I've decided though. I just want neighbors for trading posts, so. Plus it does set up a town and leaves flexibility, and I'm kind of open to the flexible life of maybe hitting this ridiculous 4 town life. The other upshot of doing this is actually I probably can build another dwelling still this round and still end this round with like 7 dwellings or something ridiculous. The coin town kind of comes for free. That's a way to think it. The 4 town lust is real. Nomads could just sandstorm your north blue as soon as you dig the brown though. Yeah, so if Nomads builds here, then then I think I honestly am already done with it. As soon as Nomads builds here, I'm done. Now, if Nomads doesn't get up here and I beat Nomads to this hex and then this hex, Nomads still probably builds next to me though. In which case then it's fully alive. So, you know, we'll see. There's a chance Nomads builds up here and then still sandstorms this or something though too, for all I know. You know, we'll see how it plays out. Chaos takes more workers there. I don't actually know what that's about, but we need to maximize our leech if we're getting to achieve this nonsense. So we gotta stick on the plan. We're actually amazingly starting to use up all of our workers, given that I've done. Was that just one hard dig? Did I do another hard dig this round, or I've just built that much stuff? I think I've just built that much stuff, but maybe there was another hard dig involved. Although, where would it have been? No, there's no hard dig involved. Just a lot of stuff happened this round. A lot of dwellings and trading posts being built. Yeah, this is an expensive plan, everybody, though, still. The problem is, like, we still have to generate 3 more spades to make this work. I think it probably should be, we should probably be happy with 3 towns. But we'll see. Nomads are here. That's unexpected. This gives us an option to, well, it doesn't give us a lot of options, but yeah, I really do want this hex, but now it's a little frightening. This hex is, if I cult dig this hex, Nomads could just blitz it if they're rude. So I think I just cult dig this. This still needs to be a trading post. Yeah. Well, looks like Nomads are going to pass. I would rather give them the leech after they pass. That's usually more obnoxious. So I want to keep my dwellings up as much as possible. I'll still pass with 6 dwellings here, so that's 6 points. And it's still 7 worker production, so it's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Could hit the stronghold bonus too. Oh my god, if I get the stronghold bonus and I can build sanctuary and stronghold next round, whew, That would be sweet. Oh, and Chaos are passing here potentially. Whoops, I should have paid attention to that. Oh, but they don't pass. Oh, but oh my god, team. Oh, I'm not even playing. Like, I'm obviously not even paying that much attention to this game, given that I wasn't watching out for that. But it looks stupid. Like, Chaos, I think, has to pass unless they have a water 2. No, they don't. So, oh my god, we're gonna get their tile. Oh, that's hilariously good. Oh my god. Chaos passes. We go on to the Stronghold Sanctuary tile. We build a Stronghold and a Sanctuary next round. Ugh. So fun. So good. They want us to nail. Yeah, they want us. They would just want us to nail this game. Just absolutely smash this game. Like, oh my god. For the record, having all these trading posts up is now producing us 6 power and 8 coins. That's obviously really good. That's part of why we and earlier in the chat, like NerdCube and Danny and us were arguing, like, round 4, it's very strong to just hit all those trading posts and don't worry about getting water 1 ahead of time, because, yeah, it just sets up for such a strong economy. Since we are producing 6 power here, we really need to convert some power to coins, so that we can earn 6 power back, but that's totally good because we need lots of coins still for all of this stuff. We pass and we get on to stuff. So the only awkward thing is I do want to build Stronghold here, I think, but if I build Stronghold here, I really need this Hex. And the difficulty with that is I want to cult dig this. Nomads actually has... Oh, Nomads got to 2 shipping and they're cult digging this. Wow. Okay, so one downside to this grand plan is that Nomads are not going to come here, I don't think. Maybe they will in the dwelling round, but with 2 shipping and this Hex, Nomads have a million yellows they could build on still. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Plus, Nomads has... Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's any way Nomads would first action hit this Hex on us, because this Hex is meaningless to them. But if I cult dig this, I kind of have to... I might have to single spade this round in order to make things actually for sure work, which is awkward. I kind of want to just turn this blue, but it's so risky. So risky. I think I just do this Hex. I might be overly paranoid because I don't really think Nomads would hit us, but wow, Darklings... Oh, Darklings don't have the power for coins. I was like, how is Darklings opening? Darklings is opening Fire 2. Ugh. Darklings don't need Fire 2, but the downside to us is there's actual Fire 2 pressure. I don't think Nomads needs it, but like, Darklings didn't really need it either, I guess, just to avoid an expensive trading post. But they do take a ship town, so Darklings can now get here. So if we want to secure this Hex, we have to do it now. They also take a worker town. I don't really like what Darklings is doing, but whatever. Nomads takes coins. If I could have foreseen that Nomads were going to get offered coins, I should have just locked up this Hex, but I didn't foresee that. This Hex still basically guarantees us a town. I mean, I have to get a bridge, but nobody else should want bridge. And the 4th town is still... The 4th town is... We could just leave it. It's fine if we don't 4 town this game. I know that's probably hearsay and whatever, but I think I will single dig. I really don't love single digging, but I need to lock up this Hex. I also have the power to double dig, but the problem is I don't really have another Hex I need to dig besides this, and I don't really want to like tip off our silly plans yet. I think. Yeah, I don't know. I just got here. Are we getting 4 towns, or do I need to quit the stream and discuss? Um, the Nomads player isn't reasonable though, Ryan. Yeah, I agree. That's true. Philip Glass is playing the piano. Yeah, that's fair. It's like the Truman Show. They want you to know. Give up the 4 towns. Don't listen to the mob. I mean, oops, sorry. I should hit do not. I agree. I think I'm supposed to give up the 4 towns. The 4 towns is not efficient. I don't know when I'm gonna have a neighbor up here. Even worse, as a thing I just realized. Wow, Darkling steal this from Nomads. Holy shit, team. Zaniness is still alive. That probably means Nomads are going to prioritize this. 4 for 3 is a steep price to pay, but we're trying to 4 town. Am I in this game for the memes of 4 towns, or am I in this game to truly win? I probably am winning regardless, right? 4 for 3 ain't going to make me lose the game. Whatever. Let's go for it. Yeah. Hey, Loki. Let's take a break. I'll play with you again soon. All right. Anyhow, one of the difficulties in 4 towning is not only do we need a double spade, but we're running really low on dwellings. We only have 1, 2, 3 dwellings left to build, and I don't actually free up dwellings until I build trading posts. But I want to build trading posts up here, preferably with a Nomad's neighbor. But if I have a Nomad's neighbor, you see the problem is, like, then I don't have if I'm building cheap trading posts, then a Nomads is already here, and I haven't secured these hexes because I don't have the dwellings yet. So it gets awkward. I should give up the 4 towns. I don't think I'm going to give up the 4 towns because I'm in it for the nonsense. But I did realize that I actually kind of have a slight worker issue here this round too. Oh no, I don't. I don't actually have to build this dwelling this round. So I build Temple for Fire 2, actually. Fire 2 is still at threat. If Nomads takes Fire 2, I'm super screwed. But, oh, they took Water 2. Well, that was good. Chaos is going more cult competition. They're probably locking up Fire completely, I would guess. And then, or maybe they're just taking more Water and Air. I mean, ultimately, our early Cult Priest and Cult Economy was fun. But, yeah, it does look like we're kind of getting pushed back. I would like to take this 8-pointer town, though, still, because I'm kind of still having some good cults, at least getting seconds and thirds. But I'm not totally sure when I'll get it here. I think Chaos does take Air 1 now, which makes a lot of sense. Chaos does also kind of need to take this Hex, but I guess they don't have the resources. Yeah. But yeah, some causes are greater than ourselves, and 4 towns is in that category. Especially without an econ starter favor, that would be a really nice show of force. Yeah, I mean, we got to play such an economic game because our opponents left so much stuff open for us. So yeah. Chaos does take Water 3. Yeah, Chaos is definitely fighting these cults hard, but that's okay. Makes enough sense for them to do that. We should keep paying attention to some stuff, but basically, I think at this point, one of the other awkward things I've just been realizing is that I do think we're going to get a Nomad's neighbor here. And so this neighbor could have 2 trading posts to be part of the town space. And I could eventually try to put the Stronghold town up here. So I only have to build 1 expensive trading post. But then I don't get to build the Stronghold this round, which seems unacceptable. So I guess I will speak no further on that obvious nonsense. I would rather... Oh, Darklings are getting a free power either way, so I probably should build this. I'm going to take Temple Fire 2, and then I'm going to Sanctuary for Air 1. I am going to take a coin town on this town, because I do need a coin town if I'm ever going to make 4 towns, and apparently 4 towns is what we're on the quest for, so... I think leaving our power at 2 for 1 is good. I would really like to just get lots of 2 for 1 leeches still. So, I would like to lock in this bridge actually too. I probably should take the bridge power action next. Lock in this town. You could expensive trading post and build a stronghold in the top right if you take 2 coin towns this round. I mean, oh no, you miscounted. Yeah, I don't think I have enough workers. But I was debating that, right? Like, if I could build a trading post this round up in the upper right, I think it would be better. But oh well. I mean, the dream is that Nomad still like just builds here and still lets us have these hexes and makes the ridiculous town life happen. But we'll see. There are still 2 copies of Air 1. I don't think Air 1's going to run out. Darklings has still made a lot of direct points, victory points at least, but like their network is expensive for them to connect. I mean, they still do have Earth 1, Water 1. They're still going to put out a decent number of points, but they've scored their only towns. Honestly, they might just pass for this pass tile and try to build a bunch of dwellings. Although they've also really got trapped in. Darklings has these hexes that we're gonna leave for them, and they can reach them off 1 shipping. So there is that. I guess Darklings might want to build 1 more trading post before passing or something. I don't know. I think Darklings probably should just pass for this tile and just try to get to like 120 points, maybe 130 points. They're not going to have like any network or cults though, so but we'll see. We should just be far enough ahead in this game that we should still win, but I will totally admit we legitimately are probably losing points by attempting 4 towns. It's causing us to do and consider some awkward things. It's like basically this double dig and setting up expensive trading posts is really quite expensive. So it's fun to think about, but like it would be quite a lot cheaper for us to, you know, just get to ship 3 and build this free dwelling, and maybe even get to ship 4 or 5 and build this free guy. Like we're trying to push out our stuff and it doesn't make the most sense, but we're doing it anyhow because whatever, it's fun. But it's probably not actually the right play, but that's okay. They do go for a sanctuary. I was not expecting that, mostly because I think it's bad, but they're taking Air 3. Sure. Why not have everybody just throw their lives away to the cults? It's good times. Good times. This is really quite a bad play. I mean, they could just also have taken Air 1, but taking Water 1 and Earth 1 in a game where you refuse to actually build your structures and you instead build all your big buildings instead, it's just not a cohesive or good game plan. This has been like a really pretty sloppy and nonsensical Nomads play. Chaos Magicians is okay. I don't love what they've been doing, but it makes slightly more sense to me. Darklings has ultimately played pretty well. I don't really love delaying the Sanctuary till round 5 just to hit the track and go for second. Like I don't love that, but they haven't done anything that wrong, and they're still scoring a decent number of points. And they did pass for the dwelling tile, like I talked about, and they're gonna take a coins power action. So like, they're at least doing some things that make a good amount of sense to me, but Chaos and Nomads have also, I think, dumped way too much effort into the cults. Nomads kind of rushed that 2 key town, and I mean, they admittedly at least have followed it up with some really, like, a lot of pressure on the cults, but these are some really expensive victory points for Nomads. They've sunk a lot of resources into being this competitive. Don't think it makes much sense. I don't think Stronghold makes much sense either. It looks like they're not even going to connect. Yeah. Oh well, whatever. Chaos just advanced their digs. That's interesting. I don't know what that's about, but I would like to lock up a copy of Air 1, I think. That'll give us 2 power, so... Or do I lock up the bridge? Nah. I don't think we're getting bridge blocked. Our opponents don't seem that sort of folk. So we lock up Air 1. We definitely don't want a town there. So let's not town there. And let's convert a power to a coin. And I definitely don't want that town. I don't need to do more conversions. All right. Well, we have just enough to build the stronghold. One of the slight downsides of building the stronghold this round and going for the big building now is like it doesn't actually do a ton for our economy, and it's gonna kick us back down to only having 2 trading posts. So we're gonna produce not that many coins, which is gonna cause some issues for us. But Nomads does use their spade to lock up this hex, and then they're gonna take this hex so that they actually connect, and then they have a million dwelling locations. So I don't think they care about this hex. I'm not even sure they're going to build this hex at all, which, again, still kind of sucks for us, given what we want. But, oh well. I do think I'm going to take a bridge with my next action, and then I have enough stuff to build the stronghold. I think I will take an 8-point town. Still, I think it does just enough stuff on the cults to at least keep us pretty competitive and make our opponents paranoid. I'll send a Priest of Fire, I think. Maybe that's my next move, actually. It might be Priest of Fire, just because it comes with another worker back, and these extra workers could maybe help pay for double dig nonsense. All we really have to do next round is build 2 trading posts and 3 dwellings, so it's 7 workers. We will produce 8. We'll have like 11-ish workers, which means we almost have enough to hard dig. And actually, we produce 2 priests we don't need, so we can hard dig. So then we just need the coins to afford it. 3 dwellings cost 6 coins. 2 expensive trading posts costs 12 coins. That's 18 coins. We only produce 4, but we produce some power, so we'll have about 10 coins that we need. If we can pass for a decent coins tile, I think we can 4 town. I think we will achieve 4 towns, actually. Will it be correct for us to have done so? Yeah, but it'll be fun. Did I say I was taking the bridge? No, I said I was going to send a Priest of Fire. I do not want a town. I do want to convert a power to a coin. Yeah, I think 4 towns is legitimately happening. We're going to have 4 town mermaids. We're definitely smashing network. We have 15 network. I'm not even convinced any of it. Well, Nomad's network actually will be decent by the end. They are going to be able to easily build out 3 dwellings next round. But, I mean, that's about it. They're not going to build many trading posts. This looks like the classic, we rushed Water 1 in round 2, was it? We took Water 1 round 2, I believe, in order to score 6 or 9 points off of it. Probably 9. It's not very good, but oh well. Nomads will make another town down here, but yeah, I actually I don't think Nomads are even going to build this hex. Like, they have just too many hexes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they still have a stronghold action, like 7 dwellings. They're not building 7 dwellings. So, yeah, I want this 8-point town, which Chaos locks out fire. It's not shocking, but it's just a slight sad. I lock in the bridge. Yeah, it's time to lock in the bridge. Basically, I think some of our opponents are trying to get our pass tile, but we're being jerks about it, which is good. We like being jerks. Like blocking stuff off that other people want. Passing for 7 coins would be really good for us. I'm not convinced we'll be able to. 3 coins, 3 power, and a worker is not awful. 4 coins and a cult step's probably not good enough. But we do have extra priests basically this game too. I'm not sure we'll be able to send them to the cults though, because our opponents are locking out the cult spots, but we'll see. Chaos did just take another priest, so they're definitely just trying to outlast us, which they will achieve because we're out of actions now that we do this. But that's okay. Actually, Nomads are still trying to outlast us too, so we might get to pass for 7 coins, which 7 coins actually makes our life a lot easier in terms of our dream to build these towns. And when I say dream, I guess at this point it looks to be reality. Like I don't think we're being stopped. Nomads could still choose to build here and sandstorm us. I guess that's how we would lose the dream then, I think. But nah, it's the risk. It's a risk we run. We take this sweet town, we put it here. We got to make sure we're putting it in the right spot so that we don't screw ourselves. We're going to be at 90 points after we pass, and we still have one guaranteed town. We should be able to build 3 dwellings next round in a dwelling round. Actually, sorry, I forgot. We passed for 3 more than I said. We're going to be at 93 with another town. We have good network. Our cults turned out not quite as good as I thought, but I mean, we have a second. This should stay a second place. This probably is going to wind up being third or something though, just because our opponents poured so much effort in. But still, getting second, third is at least, you know, locking up some decent cult victory points. So yeah. Nomads still had a sandstorm left, and they transformed here. Maybe they're trying for another town here, although with Fire 2 gone, I think they're screwed, so. But, you know, if they want to give us some free power or something, that'd be grand. At this point, Chaos should know that we're about to pass, and that they're screwed on a pass tile, which maybe will encourage them to just pass for whatever they want, which probably is 7 coins then, but we'll see. We're producing 6 power. That's fine. That's not a problem here. Darklings have enough power to take a coin's power action, and I see no good reason that they're not going to just open with coins. Darklings only have 1 ship, so they can't reach this hex, so we'll get to build that first. 3 for 2, sure, right, team? We're going 4 towns. Let's make sure we can do it. We need to pass. We still can make our 6 power. Yeah, we still can make 6 power, but I guess... yeah, I don't know. I'm just passing for 7 coins. That solved a lot of our issues. Yeah. So again, if I was very serious about winning this game, this 4th town is obviously just not worth it. It's way too expensive. We could be building discounted trading posts really wherever we wanted. We could build these dwellings then where, you know, we have a free hex. We also have 2 ship advances that are very point efficient. This is only 10 resources for 9 points, which is really good. But we're ignoring that stuff. We're gonna make 4 towns because, god damn it, we want to make 4 towns. And we're gonna do it. I do think we can take pretty high there's a lot of high victory point towns left, and there's really not that many towns to be made. Chaos are gonna make 1 more town this game. Nomads are gonna make 1 more town, but that's looking like it's it. So. I mean, we should be able to... we might have to take 1 more coin town here. I'll have to do the math at the start of this round, but I think we still need coins just because we're planning on expensive trading posts. But, well, actually, we're at 12 coins, huh? I mean, this is 6 coins, 18 coins. I basically have 18 coins. I mean, I'm 1 power short, but I'll get a freaking power. So I have 18 coins. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 workers and the double dig. I'm actually okay. If I 2 times dig, build brown first move, Darklings can advance ship and beat medium and blue. Yes, I'm well aware of that, Mike. I do have issues in terms of the sequencing of building this town. People can definitely mess with it. So that's unfortunate, but does Chaos have another key? No, Nomads has the 2 key town, so we could send Priest to water and see if we get this other Priest to water, just so that we can close out the water track. I am 1 worker short if I hard dig currently, but I can just take a worker town or something. Yeah, I'm gonna Darklings did take coins first move, so yeah, they can't threaten that hex yet. So I think I'm gonna fight the water cult here, honestly. Well, Chaos can't close it out, and see what happens. It's literally impossible for anyone else to double dig. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't even need the double dig action. I've been planning on using all my workers, but I guess using workers to hard dig versus using the power action is equivalent. So, but yeah, that is kind of funny actually. Literally nobody can touch this, which is neat. The other scare for us is if nomads would choose to build this dwelling, but I think nomads are not going to build next to us. I just don't think they care. They did just build a dwelling. It was this one because we got our free power because they needed to connect. That makes sense. I think nomads' next dwellings have to just basically be these ones so that they can build their town, and then they might build a trading post. But I don't think they're going to build this dwelling and mess with our hexes, honestly. We'll see, but I think it's fine. I'll convert a power to a coin. Oh wait, no, I can still win this cult. That's really the plan if I'm allowed to. The only slight downside to outright winning this cult, the slight awkwardness is I can't actually earn priests, but priest towns are kind of my best thing to take. But oh well, I'll just take a priest town and not be able to earn the priest, but that's okay. Winning this cult is worth it, especially like nomads are so clearly out of this game. But chaos, oh, they're gonna do a double turn. Oh, they have a stronghold. Clever. They can close the cult out. I forgot about that. They're gonna secure this, get their town, and then they're gonna send a priest off to win the cult. That is clever. That's cool. Good for them. I did miss that option, but oh well. The upshot is priest towns are back on the menu because now I can just convert a priest to a worker and take a priest town and still get a resource. But Chaos Stronghold OP, yeah, indeed. I always forget about the Chaos Stronghold. I was like, there's no way Chaos could take this cult on us, but there was a way. This stupid Stronghold. But that's all right. I mean, we're forcing Chaos takes a coin town, which interesting. I'm not sure what the coins are for. I guess finishing advancing dig and advancing ship to compete on network. I really don't know what they're gonna do with all those coins, but whatever. It's not doesn't matter to me. They do close out the cult on us, as expected. So we have no cult wins, but we have 2 seconds at least now. I mean, by sending our priest there, we should discourage nomads, I think, from meddling. So, still an okay result, but not ideal. Darklings are coming up through here now. Makes enough sense. They've just run out of areas to build dwellings otherwise. I'm still curious if they plan to advance ship twice. I guess they kind of have to, right? Because network's still competitive for them. I think I do just build this dwelling and take the 11-point town, right? I don't need more resources anymore. I did the math already, and now fine. I'm gonna hit the think button just to make sure I have it right. This is 6 coins. This is 18 coins. It's 3 workers, 7 workers. 7 workers. We have 5 extra. We need 18 coins. That's 18 coins. This is double dig. We literally have the resources already to achieve the 4-town lifestyle, even with expensive stuff. So yeah, we just take an 11-point town here, and we be happy about it. The next steps are probably just build our expensive trading posts and then take these 2 hexes. The downside is that if our opponents are really paying attention to us, they easily can block this because it's very visible. I'm going to build a trading post and then a trading post, and then I'm going to try to double dig this hex. But if we get blocked, we get blocked. But we got to go for it Gotta go for 4 towns. That's what I was told by this chat earlier, and that's what we're sticking by. So yeah. Nomads does still send a priest to water, so despite my claims that they would just choose to not fight water because it wouldn't be worth it, that's wrong. They're still going to, because sure. Who cares about the fact, that we have towns and that we have water 1 and earth 1 and a million ways to score points. We're gonna fight the cults. That's our path to victory. Oh well, it's fine. Still more cult fighting going on too. Chaos has chosen to pass on us, so we might get something like a second, a shared second, and then a third, but oh well. Darklings are looking like the smart ones, just staying out of this fight. But I honestly don't think, actually. I think me trying to fight the cults was totally fine. It's forced our opponents to expend a lot of energy in order to beat us, and we've got honestly crazy cult economy this game. We got a spade, 6 coins, 3 more coins, another spade, and then we got 4 workers. I mean, that's a crazy amount of stuff from the cults, right? Like, yeah, I mean, it is a crazy amount of stuff from the cults. We got 9 coins, 4 workers, and 2 spades for the price of 5-ish priests. I'd gladly turn 5 priests into 9 coins, 2 spades, and 4 workers. Like, could Darklings win this with a town in the north? Have I not been paying enough attention and they might beat us? That would be a real shame. They're going to get some good dwelling points. They're probably going to get second on network. See, the problem is Darklings need ship 3 in order to connect. So, I mean, they make another town, but then they don't fully connect, and so then Nomads and Chaos beats them on network, so they get 3rd on network, and they have literally a big fat 0 in cults. I mean, they're pumping out a lot more points. We're going to get out our dwellings at the very worst, so we have another 8 points, plus we get 4 on the pass. We have another 12 points. We're at 118 at the worst, plus we easily have network, 136, and then dribbles of cults. We're breaking 140. I don't think Darklings breaks 140, so I don't think Darklings can win. I think Darklings, if they make this town, I don't think there's any way they can connect, so then I think Darklings get last on network. Darklings, if they could somehow get second on network and make the town, maybe they'd be competitive, but I don't see it. Nomads are almost certainly building their last dwelling here in order to take a town, so I think we're pretty home free on the whole, making this kind of ridiculous plan work. Let us see if our other town comes to fruition here. It cost us 3 workers to build each dwelling. We have 6 workers. That's enough. That pays for the double dig. Yep, it's all good. Checks out, everybody. 4 town. Choo-choo. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we kind of gave up on victory a while ago, Chris Ho, and we went 4 towns. So you need to get with the program. Have I ever seen someone win with 0 network and 0 call points? Maybe. The thing is, it's so unlikely to get truly 0 on cults most games. Like, this is a pretty insane amount of cult fighting from a lot of players. And Darklings chose to send no priest to the cults, which I think was probably just wrong, when there was such good cult economy to be had. So I'm not sure I've ever actually seen it. I think it would be theoretically possible for Darklings to do so, but you'd almost have to be purposely aiming for that as your achievement. I don't think it would happen naturally very often. So Nomads takes a power town. Chaos digs. We are home free. Nobody can mess with this hex before we can reach it. So the 4-town life has been achieved. Um, it does look like we're going to get to take a priest town, which is also pretty sweet for us, actually. It's just like a free 9 points. We can send a single priest to water, actually, and then take a priest town, probably. So that is all good news. We convert some workers to coins. We double dig. All right, we're on our way to the Fortune. You just tuned in. I've won a game with 0 network and 0 cults with Darklane. Sweet, Chris. Yeah, I agree that I figured it was possible. And yeah, if you just tuned in, somewhere around round 4ish to round 4, we started to have visions of 4 towns, and then somewhere toward the end of round 4, start of round 5, it became clear we could do it, and we concluded it would probably be suboptimal due to the fact that we were going to have to build expensive trading posts and do awkward digs, but we committed to it. And so our new win condition was build 4 towns, and if we won the game while doing that, which we figured we would, cool. If we lost, well, we still 4-towned. So whatever Darklings are doing, if they wind up beating us, well, so sad. I am going to send a priest to make a step on water here. Or do I send it on water? I actually should make the step on air, right? Because I'm going to earn the priest back. Can any Darklings get a town? But Chaos already made their towns. Nomads already made their towns. Nobody can mess with this hex. It's landlocked. There's 2 priest towns left. So yeah, I will go ahead and I'll make a single step on air here and then earn the priest back in a sec. Sick. Yeah, I mean, this was a pretty sick game. I mean, this was ridiculous. I mean, we got to open Earth 1 and we wound up getting the priest to water, which gave us the cult dig. And we started with the spade anyhow. So we opened temple and 3 dwellings, but then we also got a cult spade, and then we got double dig in round 2. So we got out to temple and 7 dwellings by the end of round 2, and we scored all those dwellings on this pass tile. And then we also got another priest power action, and we wound up with 3 priests on the 3 steps for 6 coins from the cult reward this round, and yeah, it was nutty. We just had so much cult economy and so much regular economy, and then round 4 was trading posts. And I mean, we didn't get water 1, but the plan was never really water 1. It was just build all 4 trading posts in round 4, and so then we had great trading post income, and we got to build sanctuary and stronghold in round 5 while we had this big building tile. And yeah, I don't know, the game has just flowed and it's been sick. It's been fun to be a part of. We go ahead here. Actually, why am I converting workers? Maybe I do something with them. Power is more flexible. We actually wound up with power to coins. Build another 4-point dwelling. Make another town, because 4-town is sweet. And we get a 9-point town. Boom. Darklings did get up to 9 network, but it looks like it does look like Darklings are literally getting 0 on network and 0 on cults. I think their last stuff here is just to try to build, I think they're just going to build 1 more dwelling, which is still admittedly going to take them up to 129 plus pass for 7. They'll be at 136, but with 0 endgame, I mean, we're not that far behind, but we have network and we have cults, so we do still win. But Darklings wound up with a decent game, but Darklings took a ship town for no reason. Maybe they miscounted. No, Darklings took a worker town, right? I mean, they just took a worker town. Yeah, they took a worker town. And they took worker town so that they could build 1 more dwelling. Now, I don't know if I would do that because Nomads still have a stronghold, and Nomads, if they're paying attention, just hit this hex, in which case, what do Darklings do with these resources? If I'm Darklings, I just take a priest town because, like, it's still 11 points. I guess technically the worker town lets them build another dwelling, and because they have the pass tile, it's really like a 12-point town instead of an 11-point town, but meh. But oh well. Red has to build one more dwelling. Oh, that's fair too. Yeah, it's so hard to tell under buildings. I agree. People always put them under their bigger buildings too. This is something Zorus taught me long ago and complained about. I always try to put my towns now under dwellings because they show a lot more clearer. But everybody's natural instinct seems to be to put them under big buildings, as you can see, except nomads. Good. Oh, except nomads don't have a consistency, but that's okay. But yeah, it's much easier when people put them under dwellings. It's the one thing about this UI I still don't really like. I wish likes on Snellman, they show you like town tiles like below people's stuff. Like I kind of wish next to favor tiles you would see people's town tiles that they had taken as well. I think that would be cleaner, but oh well. Chaos Magicians and Nomads both have priests left, so I mean our last priest is gonna just go to water because at the very worst Nomads tie us again, but they can't actually pass us. Chaos, if we go up here, Chaos maybe chooses to just pass us twice somehow. I don't really know. I mean, again, our cult points were always gonna get attacked, so but I think we just go priest to water, and then we'll wind up passing and the game at 127. Nothing wrong with that, but. 2 for 1 lets us advance shipping. You think that's better? Oh, hey, yeah, look, you're correct. I could have accepted that 2 for 1 and then advance ship. That was 4 points. This priest was like 1 point and the resources 1 point. So yeah, I just lost a point or two by not taking that. So you're definitely correct, Chris. I'm not gonna lie. I obviously am not playing this end game out with high amount of precision, and I'm confident I've already won. But it's a 4-town game, so it's not important. I mean, it's useful to point those things out, right? Like even in endgame situations like this, like sometimes taking 2 for 1 leech is correct, and that would have been like I should have taken a 2 for 1 leech and just advanced ship. And if I was playing in a tournament game, I mean those points and stuff could matter. This game, it's not going to matter, but it's useful to build it up. Anyhow, the only thing you need to see is number of keys, right? Could add it to the top right info board. I actually don't want to just know keys. I really actually care about what towns people took, just because it's hard to tell. I don't really need it below them, admittedly, but I don't know. I would kind of prefer it. It's a lot easier to track on Snellman what town tiles people have taken. It's harder to tell here because they do get so covered up. Like you literally can't tell what this town is. It's completely covered up. You can barely, like, you can't really tell what this is either. It could be a priest town, it could be a ship town, it could be like, yeah. Chaos does wind up eking out another dwelling anyhow, so Darklings are still just taking last on network, even though they got that other dwelling out. They are still, again, passing for 7, so I mean, they still get to 136, like I said, but having no post-game points has to be too damaging, so. We wound up with 127 on the back of 4 towns. We had a really strong Earth 1 game. We got a decent bit out of Air 1. We were able to hit the pass tiles pretty well this game too. We got this dwelling one twice and this big building one once, all times for quite a few points. So we hit passes well this game. We used favor tiles well. We hit towns well. We hit the rounds pretty well. We built a trading post. We didn't build another temple. I'm not even sure we dug, so maybe it's not that well. But we did hit the trading post round here very well. We hit the big building round quite well. We even hit the dwelling round fairly well. So I would expect to see that some stuff is really good. But you always beat me, Kerrigan. Huh, interesting. We wound up getting decent points out of the cults, although, like I said, I think one of the big things we did well this game is that we just got so much cult economy. And then the other obvious thing that we did very well on is this 18 points on network. We built 15 structures while our opponents are just way behind on network. I mean, we smashed network way more than we needed to, but we won the game by 20 plus points, which we were kind of guessing earlier in the game when our opening was so good and our opponents were doing some questionable stuff, and that definitely went on to happen. So in round 3, I was considering only 2-towning because I wasn't sure where we would get our neighbors. Coming down. We're back up to 700. Nice. And then Elite League, we're kind of seesawing our way back up, so that's good. But anyhow, yeah, back in round 3, I saw neighbors for this town, and I saw this town somewhere up through here, but I just didn't. I did kind of miss the fact I could ship over and try to make a town here, and that admittedly this town still was never profitable because yeah, nomads just never came to be our neighbors. But oh well. Ultimately, that was a fun game. Let's see. I know I was trying my best. She's the queen. Too bad you couldn't connect. Yeah, Kerrigan failing to connect is actually a lot of problems here. If Kerrigan gets second on network, they're at least close-ish, but it was a somewhat awkward Darklings game. Yeah, what did I want to... I just want to see how... We actually wound up getting only 1 coins power action that game too, but we still just felt like we had a shit ton of stuff. I mean, we took 1 million... This is a lot of power actions. I guess, while we only got the 1 coins power action, both of these priests actions were essentially coins actions because they came in the early rounds where we sent priests to cults and got 2 coins for them. So these priests gave a lot of coins back. And then, yeah, we just collected priests via income and pass tiles and conversions or coins. I'm guessing we gained quite a bit of power via leech. Yeah, we had great leech game. And then, yeah, for the actual rounds, we hit the round tiles pretty well. We hit our favors well, as I said. We hit the bonus cards very well. We got 33 points on towns. That's a number I like. 33, boom. A lot of good victory point towns. We took 1 coin town, but then we still were able to take a 8-pointer, an 11-pointer, and a 9-pointer. And then, yeah, had good network. We still had pretty good cults. I mean, 12 points on cults isn't that bad, especially... It's a little bad considering how many priests and stuff we put in, but our opponents just put way too much effort. And, yeah, we paid a good amount for leech in order to fuel all this, but... Scoring 154 plus starting around 20, it's fine to pay 20 points to leech and still get a 150s to 160s point game. So anyhow, that was a really fun one. It's not every day you get to 4 town and stuff, and things were definitely quite slick. Some things obviously just fell into place too with the past tiles. Getting the big building tile into the big building round was kind of just luck. I wasn't really paying attention to it. I was just planning to build all those trading posts in spots I needed them, and it turned out to work and whatever. So thanks chat for encouraging the 4 towns. This was definitely a fun game. Glad that I was bidding on Mermaids here. Even with the leech party kind of happening in different locations, Mermaids are just very strong on this map, and it was a fine enough track and stuff for them, and there was a lot of ways things could break really well, and things broke really well for us. Yeah, we made some good decisions, and we had a big fun game. So thanks all for tuning in, chatting, watching, yada yada yada. I don't have a set time yet, but next Monday evening I am planning a kind of slightly different stream with some others. We'll have kind of all expert player game on Fjords. I'll try to get an exact time out here soon, but that'll be a fun one. Otherwise, the next Fire 2 open game is this Saturday, so you guys should all go check that out as well. And yeah, that's kind of just the housekeeping around here. I might wind up streaming another one yet tonight. I don't know, but I'll probably stream a couple times this weekend too. And hey, oh my gosh, thank you, All Powerful Wizard, for subscribing. That's really cool. That's definitely awesome. Thanks a lot for that. Just everybody that wants to chat and subscribe, and like even people that reach out and have like thanked me for streaming or just saying they enjoy it. Like, it definitely is nice knowing that quite a few people are finding this content useful. I get some enjoyment out of doing it, but it's definitely extra rewarding and worth making these streams and stuff, knowing other people care about it. So yeah, thanks a lot, buddy. Jones, when's that? Is the date not known? The date is known. So next Monday, upcoming Monday. So that's Monday, February, whatever it would be, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. 8th sounds like the day. Let's look at a quick calendar here, so I'm not crazy. Yeah, Monday the 8th. That evening, I don't know the exact time. I would guess sometime around like 6ish Central. So a little bit late, like a little bit later than I've kind of been streaming the last couple days, but sometime that Monday evening, U.S. United States evening time, we'll get a stream going. I will try to have a set time for that in another day or so, and then put it in an announcement or so in my stream that I do throughout the weekend or whatever. But that'll be fun. Yeah. Again, thanks all. Thanks for questions. Thanks for chat. Thanks for support, subscriptions, all that. I'm going to head off for now. I will see you all around.